Hey guys, it's your buddy 5 Bar Doom, and I just wanted to come to you with a little bit of singles, I don't know if I call it strategy, but definitely some differences between singles and doubles. One thing I hear from guys, especially like the guys around here in Michigan, there's no singles tournament here, you know what I mean? So nobody's playing any singles, nobody knows how to play singles, and people get frustrated. And I think one thing that people get frustrated about, if you only play doubles, your thing is, I'm not fast enough. I can't get around the rods fast enough in singles, right? And that can be a challenge, but there are some tricks you can do to help you do that in singles. And singles is just a totally different game than doubles, so you kind of have to just forget some of the things that you do in singles, or in doubles rather. So for example, in doubles, if you're playing front, well, here's the deal too, in doubles, right, you have a person physically standing here, you have a person physically standing here. And I know you've been in this situation where like, this guy is like too far forward and like you might want to have your elbow, you might want to be a little bit more on this side, but you end up kind of crowding yourself to the front a little bit more. Typically, like your body is more like directly in front of the rods here, and like in the back, directly in front of the rods here, or maybe even a little bit behind the rods. And you kind of just stay there the whole time, right? If you're playing D, you're kind of just always behind the rods over here. If you're playing forward, you're kind of just always here. You know what I mean? And you basically don't move the entire match. Singles obviously isn't like that. You have to go back and forth between the rods. So the first thing is, if you're defending, your opponent has the ball and you're up front, you're not going to want to hold the rods in the same way you would in a doubles match, where your body is very heavy to the front. Okay, so like if I was D'ing up 5 bar like this in doubles, I might be like this. In singles, you want to center your body. Because like if you look at all the rods you have to cover, and then look where I'm standing, I'm not in the middle. My center of gravity, my body is not in the middle of this section. It's more on the front of this section, right? So if you're way up here, and then you need to go back here, and you're kind of off balance, right? So in singles, take this left leg, open it up, okay? So this is doubles, and obviously you can't put your leg here in doubles, right? Because, unless you really want to get cozy with your buddy back here, it's not going to work. You don't have the room. But in singles, you do. So instead of D'ing up like this, D up with a more open stance, okay? Open your hips up to the table. So now, instead of like this, you might be like this in doubles, now you're like this in singles, okay? And the reason you want to do that is because now look at where my body is. Look at where my hips are, dude. They're dead fucking center, okay? In between all 4 rods. I gotta play all 4 of these rods. You want your body right here. Then like jump back here, jump back here. See my body? I don't have to move at all, okay? So that's how you get that quick motion between the rods. And then it's like, so you're D'ing up, maybe like that. You're D'ing up, ball comes flying through, boom. You can just grab them, right? Or like boom, boom. You can just grab it. Whereas if you're like this, ball comes sliding through, you know what I mean? You don't want to do this, dude. Don't have your body pointing this direction in singles. You want to have it as much as you can like this. Now, of course, like when you get the ball and you're going to shoot it, you are going to have to kind of open up your hips a little bit more and to do your normal shot. That's okay, especially on defense, it's much more important to have your hips square to the table, just so you can, because look at this, I can get to all 4 rods, I don't have to move anything, I'm not moving my feet, but if you're here, if you're here, I literally cannot physically grab both rods. I can grab one, I could do this, you know what I mean? Which these are all fine, but you can't, like I literally physically can't reach this because my body won't turn that way. So if you square up your hips, then I can grab these, I can grab these. The other thing that allows you to do is, you'll probably see me do this on a lot of my casts too, is it allows you to do, you can control like your goalie rod and your front rod, right? So like, say ball comes rolling through, you're D'ing up, you're D'ing up. You're doing your 5RD, got your hips square to the table, doing your 5RD, doing your 5RD. Oh, ball comes rolling through here. Cool, you can grab it, and then wham, dude, you can just like pop it up there. You can control all 4 of the rods, but it really is key to have your hips straight at the table. So, yeah, so I'm just gonna keep this one short. I just kinda wanted to give you guys that one tip. In doubles, a lot of times your hips are gonna be more pointing at the goal. You know, you're back here, where are your hips? Boom, facing the goal. And you can pretty much play the whole match like this, never move your feet with your hips this way. You're playing doubles, you're up front, same thing, dude. You're D'ing up 5-bar like this, you're leaving your partner all the room over here, and you know, you have full range of motion here, you have full range of motion here. This is all good and fine for doubles. But in singles, you can't do this, dude, because you can't reach back. You don't want to have it to where the ball comes rolling through and then you're like, you know, you're stumbling, you're like, you need to have those hips square. So that's it. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys. If you like this type of video, please hit subscribe, hit follow, hit all the buttons, and I appreciate you guys watching. So let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.